In my years of working, I come to the understanding that coworkers are not your friend. And I know you've probably heard this statement in countless YouTube videos, and that's for you to heed the warning that coworkers, in fact, are not your friends. Look at the examples we have today, right? You could get employed through a company, go through the interview process, the orientation process, and every good thing and all that stuff. Get hired on. Someone else could get hired after you, or you could get hired before that person, or they could get hired before you, and vice versa. You get to know this individual, right? Y'all become cool. That's the warning right there. Because you go to a job because you got hired to fulfill a duty or a position for a set amount of hours. Clock out and go home after those set hours, right? I think a lot of us get caught up in our emotions, right? We get caught up in our emotions and thinking that, it'd be cool while I'm on the clock to have a buddy to chat with. And I'm not saying that you can't make friends in the 9 to 5. There have been people who've met in the workplace who have been friends for 30, 20, 50, 10, 5 years. Some really solid connections have been built in the workplace. But my warning to you is this. Be wary of the coworkers who seem a little too cool. They could either try to be getting some type of insight on you, meaning go to your social medias, try to find out, your history, who you know, what your agenda is, or if you have a motive or something like that. Like, they're trying to find out that type of information. This is why I tell people, I'd rather do my little 8 hours and go home. And that's it. My friend would tell me, man, I'd rather do my 8 and skate. Meaning I want to avoid the drama that comes along with associating with certain coworkers or certain supervisors. I want to avoid the messiness that comes along with making friends or trying to make friends. You see, while there are coworkers who believe you have an ulterior motive, you know that you go to work to fulfill your duty, to be the best at that position, or to do your 8, 12, 10 hours, 6 hours, or how many hours you work. You there to do your job and go home. But really, they are the ones with the ulterior motive. You see, let a situation happen. If you work retail, say, for example, a customer says something rude to you, right? And your coworker was in the aisle with you and you didn't say anything back. You just said, You know what I mean? My mom always said, it's not what you say, it's how you say things, right? How you said it. That could speak of a million words. Speak volumes, right? So be mindful of who's in your presence when a situation happened in the workplace. Because you might think this coworker gonna have your back. Was like, yeah, this customer let him have it. Like, oh my goodness, like, you know what I'm saying? He was telling her about herself, and like, no. Most times they'll say, yo, that situation crazy, bro. I would have said this and this and this right back. But be mindful, because if you would have responded that way, that coworker would have reported you to the supervisor ASAP. And even though you just said to a situation, they would tell your supervisor you had an attitude with a customer and wonder why you get pulled into the HR office and get written up. Be mindful. The workplace is for business only. So learn how to differentiate personal life from work life. It's okay to socialize. I'm not saying that, hey, stay to yourself. Some people choose to, and sometimes I prefer to. Yeah, I might make a few jokes with my coworkers and laugh and talk, but I'm not divulging you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing behind the scenes. I'm not making, comments about, yeah, when I get off of work, me and my wife, we got this going on. We traveling here. We going to go do this. Me and my kids, we got this going on. I got to work on this YouTube video. I got to work on this poem and everything like that. No, a lot of my coworkers don't know what I do outside of work, and I prefer to keep it that way. I don't know what they do outside of work, and I prefer to keep it that way. Like I said earlier in the video, You can make some really great connections and really great friends in the workplace. But be mindful, not everybody's your friend. Those supervisors who are too cool, those supervisors who are a little too cool, be mindful of them. They laughing and joking in your face, but really, they waiting for a situation to pop off so they could write you up and kick you out the door. Yeah. If you work at a factory or you work at a warehouse, let you knock over a pallet by accident. I'm talking about a pallet of, if you work at a warehouse, say for example, you work at like Amazon or something like that, and it's a customer order going out on a pallet, like car rims, a stereo system, or kitchenware, or any house products or chemicals or something like that, and you knock over that pallet, y'all laugh and joke about it. You and this supervisor, y'all laugh and joke about it. But at the end of the day, they say, hey, come in the office. I want to talk to you about something. And they be like, yeah, remember when this situation happened earlier today? Yeah, I need you to sign this paper real quick. Yeah, so be mindful of certain supervisors who seem a little too cool, because for real, they got to keep it professional. Whether you like it or not, those supervisors, even if you know them personally, they got to keep it professional. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to keep their job overvaluing their friendship with you. You see, it took a lot for them to get to that position. You got to respect that. It took a lot for them to get to that position. So yes, they're going to do all that they can to, solidify that position or solidify themselves into that position. So understand, it's okay to chit chat, talk with your coworkers. If you got your little group of your day ones, then hey, that's cool. But if y'all not well connected outside of work, be mindful. It's best to keep the drama to a minimum. And how do we keep the drama to a minimum? Do your job, clock in, do your job, go home. You want to confuse your coworkers? You want to see the real side of your supervisors? Clock in, do your job, go home. They're going to think something wrong with you. They're always going to approach you like, yo, so-and-so, you good? You good? You all right? You straight? You good? Nah, man, you been quiet all day. Or no, sis, you been silent all day. And it's not that you're silent. No. It's not that you're silent. It's the simple fact that you're there to do your job and go home. And in turn, you keep your peace, you do your job, and you feel a little happier at the end of the day. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to encourage someone out there to let you know it's best to just do your job, clock in and go home, because these coworkers truly are not your friends. I love you guys. I thank y'all for tuning in. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. I thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. Good night. God bless. Peace.